cool scene where Drogon destroys the Iron Throne wasn't actually that cool after all. This video, I want to talk about 5 dumb things we learned from the newly released finale script for Game of Thrones, because some of it's super dumb. Warning, if you're easily angered, probably don't watch this video, or do. I'm not in charge of you. If I was, we'd both be on a sailboat in the Mediterranean. So let's start with number 5. Yeah, I'm counting backwards. Don't get used to it. Number 5, they really didn't flesh out at all those unnamed characters in the Dragon Pit election scene. You know, these guys. Despite our many theories, they were never given names or any designation in the finale script. So here is who is at the Dragon Pit according to the script. Present are the Lady of Winterfell and Wardeness of the North, Sansa Stark, who sits in the middle of the semicircle. Arya and Bran Stark sit to her right. To her left, the Onion Knight Davos, the Lord of the Vale and Warden of the East, Robin Arryn, with Lord Royce beside him. The Lady of the Iron Islands, Yara Greyjoy. The Lord of the Stormlands and Warden of the South, Gendry Baratheon. The Lord of the Riverlands, Edmure Tully. The new Prince of Dorne, Brienne of Tarth, Samwell Tarly. A smattering of ND lords. So the new Prince of Dorne's actor was actually telling the truth. D&D never gave him a name or told him what family he comes from. As for the ND Lords, that stands for No Dialogue Lords. And they're also unnamed, so. Really, D&D, you couldn't spend like 5 extra minutes coming up with some, I don't know, names for these characters? Maybe, oh, Helen Reed. Oh, we love doing nods to book readers and to characters we introduced in previous seasons. I know that was probably hard because, you know, you had all these other things to do, like write Star Wars. I mean, at least for one of the biggest and most important regions, you know, the dude that's now in control of all of Dorne, you couldn't give him a name or just a tiny bit of backstory or say, oh man, no, this is a guy from House Ironwood. Or if you're really epic and you say it the coolest way ever, you're Ronwood. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Jon is really short, and the finale script wants us to know that, because that's super important for his character.
He's too little for me.
D&D kind of have a thing for Kit Harington and Jon Snow. They actually made it canon that Jon Snow has a small penis. Yeah, that's canon that he has a tiny pecker, because they thought Jon Snow had just too much going for him. So I feel like the reason why they have to keep mentioning how short Jon Snow is, and by the way, he's really not, he's 5'8", that's not really that short, but, you know, whatever, D&D. We all know that you're constantly taking shots at Kit Harington because you're jealous that he's more talented and handsome than both of you combined, which is cool. You know, we all gotta get out our anger somehow. Number 3, why Yara didn't bitch slap Arya. During the Dragon Pit scene, Yara is understandably pissed and wants Jon dead.
Some of you may be quick to forgive. The Ironborn are not. I swore to follow Daenerys Targaryen.
You swore to follow a tyrant.
She freed us from a tyrant. Cersei is gone because of her, and Jon Snow put a knife in her heart.
Arya responds in a way you expect of her character at this point.
Let the Unsullied give him what he deserves.
Say another word about killing my brother and I'll cut your throat.
Friends, please. We've been cutting each other's throats long enough.
It was weird that Yara wouldn't press that further, or maybe she was shocked. No, the actual answer, according to the finale script, she was scared of Arya. Yara was scared of Arya. So this is what the script says. Say another word about killing my brother and I'll cut your throat. Yara opens her mouth to respond, but sees the look on Arya's face. Yara is as tough as they come, but Arya's different. Maybe I'm just not giving Arya enough credit. I don't know. I don't really find her an intimidating person at all. I mean, I've believed a lot of women on this show are absolute bamps and I should be afraid of them. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like D&D just really love Maisie Williams and Arya, so they kind of, they kind of decided to push aside logic and certain character development to be like, this is how it needs to happen. She's a fucking badass. Let's move on. I just do not see Yara being scared of Arya. I just, no. Number two, Jon and Sansa failed geography. This one just, I don't know, it hurts in a weird place. So during the cutesy start goodbye, Arya shares her intent.
Where are you going?
What's west of Westeros?
I don't know.
No one knows. It's where all the maps stop.
Well, Jon and Sansa don't actually know what's west of Westeros because, according to the script, they failed geography. So they were faking it every time they looked at a fucking map. So this is what the script said. Jon and Sansa look at each other. They both failed geography. Jesus Christ, D&D. And of course the internet, which is both beautiful and terrifying, hilarious and disturbing, came up with a million memes out of that line, which I feel like is worth the tiny aneurysm it gave me, so thanks, internet. Understand why they put it in there. They were just giving direction to Sophie and Kit of how they should look when Arya said her intent of, hey, I'm not going home, I'm going to go on a new adventure. They needed to look shocked about it. So, and a little confused. So I understand the direction and what they are going for, but when you fuck up a lot for a couple seasons, and especially for the finale, maybe tone those jokes down a little bit. And finally, number one, for the dumbest things, the finale script revealed Drogon didn't actually burn the Iron Throne on purpose. What? So we remember the scene where Drogon sees his dead mommy and does the saddest thing ever. Then he rages out and burns the Iron Throne with his fire. Most of us thought, oh cool, he's taking out the thing that actually killed his mommy, Dany's lust for the Iron Throne and reclaiming her birthright. And then others thought, oh, okay, he's burning the Iron Throne because if my mommy can't have it, no one can have it. Turns out, those theories are incorrect. It was an accident. He didn't mean to burn it, so... fuck. So here's what the script says for that moment. He looks down at Jon. We see the fire build up in his throat. Jon sees it as well. He prepares to die, but the blast is not for him. Drogon wants to burn the world, but he will not kill Jon. He breathes fire on the back wall, blasting down what remains of the great red blocks of stone. We look over Jon's shoulder as the fire sweeps towards the throne. Not the target of Drogon's wrath, just a dumb bystander caught up in the conflagration. We look through the blades of the throne as the flames engulf it and blast the wall behind it. D&D, we seriously gave you credit for something that was very symbolic, and it turns out we shouldn't have given you that credit. Why am I not surprised? Also, for just being a dumb bystander, he seemed to really be directing that fire at it. So those are, at least, 5 dumb things the finale script revealed to us. It's okay to start drinking. Just make sure you like and subscribe first.